Deadbolt, Don Peoples. Let's talk about it. So we got to get into this situation, man, with DJ Clark Kent claiming that Biggie was killed because Tupac lied about setting him up. Now we all have revisited this 1,000 times, the Tupac Biggie whole situation, and always wondering why Tupac came at Big like that. Like Big was supposed to be Pac's homie. They had, what I'm saying, a friendship. What I'm saying. Pac pretty much introduced Big to the game. What I'm saying, on that type of scale. And for them to all of a sudden fall out and become mortal enemies, and obviously both end up in the grave, I kind of always wondered, like, was everything factual about it? Because we heard about so many different characters that played a part in that situation with Pac getting set up at the studio. Now, obviously, we heard him say about Haitian Jack, um, you know, speaking on him in a song, obviously, on the Hail Mary, Machiavelli CD. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm personally thinking, like, okay, that's the one that really has something to do with getting you hit up and stuff like that. So why would you say that, Big has something to do with it when Big was your man? And it's like, what did Big get out of that? You know, you wasn't balling at the time. You didn't have no major cash like none of these rappers who are out now might have had. Like a little baby, you catch him slipping, he might have 100 racks on him or something like that. Pac probably had pocket money, and that's about it. You know what I'm saying? A couple of chains, yeah, I get it, but nothing to write home about for Biggie to really set his man up. So it made me wonder, like, okay, what was the motive behind it? And I personally believe, man, that Pac was in bed with the CIA. We got to remember this, man. Afina Shakur was facing 100 plus years in prison for her part that she played in the Black Panther movement with bombs and all type of stuff. How did she slide up out of that without doing no real time? It's because she gave her son up. Let's not forget, back in 1956, J. Edgar Hoover said that the black community will not have another leader unless we manufacture him. And I think that's why Pac, what I'm saying, went the way that he went. And that sparked the whole, because it wasn't just beef between Biggie and Tupac. It was a East Coast, West Coast war. Everybody profited off of it. All the other rappers were, starting to get in on it and beef and stuff like that and had words. So everybody was making money off this. You know what I'm saying? But this put another element in the game, and it turned hip hop from a more positive, uplifting your people, to now we just straight banging. We out here. It's East versus West, you know, um, and being a teenager through that time, man. I mean, being from Cleveland, we in the middle. Obviously, we ain't claiming East, we ain't claiming West, but just to watch that shit go down, it just seemed like it was manufactured when you go back and look at it. And Pac had the people, like Pac had the kids, he had the children. We was all following Pac. Even though NWA and Ice T, they were out before, and they was cussing and saying F the police and all that type of stuff. But Pac gave us a figure, somebody that we can latch on to, and kind of, you know, that was like our superhero. So Pac, had the people in a different type of way. Like nobody wanted to be Biggie, nobody was trying to be Jay back then, Nas, none of these dudes. It was all about Tupac. So I think, Tupac's mission was to spark the beef, which ultimately killed a lot of people on both sides. It also put another element into hip hop. Because remember, before the East Coast West Coast war, yeah, you had the bridges over, and KRS-One and all, those little beefs. But that wasn't no real beef, or guns and gangs and stuff like that was involved. This was really the first real beef that got publicized. And obviously, us being little kids at the time, we gravitated towards it. We wanted to be that. We wanted to surround ourselves with it. And I think that's when they knew, like, okay, we can use hip hop as a real tool for social dividance, obviously control, and pumping out messages. And that's why you have everything that you see now. And I think it sparked from this East Coast, West Coast fake war that was brought on by obviously my man Pac. And I hate to say it because Pac's a Gemini, but what better person to play that double sided role? You know what I'm saying? To make a false beef with your man in order to spark something, man, that end up going out of control. And I don't know if Pac is alive or not. You know, who knows, right? But if he is, man, he can't be proud of himself, man, because he was a revolutionary. He was somebody that really could have sparked change, and to see it go the way that it go, and then to find out that you really might have just lied just to spark this, it makes me wonder about your involvement. And like I said, going back to your mother and her being involved with obviously government affairs, were you a government plant? There's a lot of information out about it now. It's a lot of dudes that's coming at Pac and exposing that side. Um, but I want to leave Pac in a special place in my heart. I'm not trying to tear the man down because obviously I rocked with Pac, but it's kind of unfortunate that a lie ended two of the greatest MCs, man, we ever had. But I want y'all to get in the comment box, man, and let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all think Pac lied about the Big situation? The Big, even though being in the same building, had no idea that Pac was really about to get robbed? Or do you think that, Big really probably did know? And it wasn't a lie because Clark Kent is Big's man. So is it something just to clear his name, and try to justify the means, so to speak? But I want y'all to get in the comment box, man. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all like, subscribe, share, hit the notification tab so y'all can tap in every time I drop a video. It's your boy Don Peoples. Deadbolt. Go.